Okay, so I'll probably just like do a video on this and then do like voiceover. Like I'll probably do a voiceover type of thing. So what's up, guys? It is your boy Shell Shocks, and we are back with another video. This video is gonna be on the topic of the new rank system, season 2, and then yeah. So basically, my thoughts on that is just I like the idea. I like the new updates of what they want to do. Let me do this also. I really like the idea of, also I didn't see Anna's fucking, what's it called anyways, I didn't see Anna's trailer, but I really like the idea of them. So I heard there's gonna be a huge patch. It's gonna be a huge patch notes, which that is great because we desperately need a new patch note. I really like the idea of the ranking system. I think that will help revitalize like people playing like Tekken again. I think like with the new ranks, like I was thinking, so prior to this happening, I was thinking, okay, how do you get people to play this game? Do you have like, how do you have people continue to play this game? Do you have people just playing this game just to play this game, or do you have people like playing this game like, you know, how Call of Duty does it? Like Call of Duty, what Call of Duty does is they literally have like prestige, right? They have prestige 1, prestige 2, prestige 3, whatever, and so on, right? So I'm like, Tekken, you kind of got to do something like that for people to like to be motivated to play your game. And I think that's what they did with the ranking system, which it was good because it's like, okay, I think if you're Tekken King and Tekken Emperor, you get reverted back to Fujin and so on. If you're God of Destruction, you go to Tekken King or something like that. So I think that is actually really good for people to get back into playing the game again. And it would motivate them to get to higher ranks, and it shouldn't be as hard, I think, to get to like those higher ranks anymore. I think that's very good for Tekken. What I also liked is yeah, so the rank reset is a good idea. It would be nice to, so I'm reading a Reddit right now, and said I think a rank reset system would be nice for God of Destruction players, could climb for a reason, have a reason to climb again, which I think is good for us people that aren't in those ranks, that are playing against people that are in those ranks. It sucks because it's just like you're getting demoted by those players. You're playing against competition, almost competition players, and it's not fun. So that's what hurts. I feel like that really hurts people like me. You know, can I even say people like me? I would say people that are not as, you know, not as like, you know, committed to playing this game every day. Like, I feel like a lot of people are not committed to playing the game as much as, you know, people are that are higher ranks. Like, the game was so alive in the beginning of the year. I feel like the game died a lot. It died a lot. And so, how do you get people to play the game again? You do rank reset, add some new moves. You fix a lot of issues. You need to fix, like, the issues that need to be fixed are certain characters. So I can even go to this right now. Like, certain characters need to be fixed in terms of like how easy they are. Like, I think Law needs to be fixed. You can't see Law because I'm in the way, but Law absolutely needs to be fixed in this game. Law is fucking dumb broken. The Bears need to be fixed in this game. They're super stupid. Who else needs to be fixed? June needs to be fixed. She's just so, June is so brain dead. I played against so many Junes within the last like fucking how many days? Like, I've played against more Junes than I played against any other character. Brian. Okay, so I didn't see the vision about Brian until I played against Brian like back to back for like 4 or 5 matches. Like, Brian is literally so dumb in terms of like his damage output. I literally played against a Brian and he hit me with a wall to wall combo in that one arena where the explosion walls. He hit me from wall to wall, used heat, got me to the other side of the wall, and I'm like, Brian, like, you, and like you should not be able to deal this much damage. You should not be able to deal that much damage. Like, I get it. Like, I feel like certain characters do more damage than others, and I understand that. Oh, Brian takes more. I tried to play with Brian before. I tested how Brian plays. Brian is definitely difficult to maneuver. Like, he's hard to operate, but it's just like some of these characters don't need it. Like, I guess the risk reward of, like, okay, Brian is hard to operate, but when you do know how to operate with him, he is able to deal that much. You able to give a lot of damage. But it's just like, it's just too much. Damage is too much. So I feel like damage needs to be toned down for these two characters for sure. Damage needs to be toned down like crazy. Same with Law. I feel like Law damage needs to be toned down like a lot. Who else? Lars? Claudio too. Claudio, damage needs to be toned down a lot. King's grapples need to be toned down. The damage needs to be toned down a lot. Like, and I know they're gonna be fixing a lot of these things, but I feel like a lot of people deal a lot of damage. Alyssa, another character that just needs to, like, I feel like just needs a whole redesign of fixing. Like, there's so much that needs to be fixed with this character, and I don't know if they're gonna fix it, but, like, please do something about this shit. This shit is fucking insane. So yeah, I think there's a lot of issues with some of these characters. Oh, how did I forget Jin? Jin, piss easy. This character literally is just there's nothing going on here. A lot of these characters, there's nothing going on here when you're playing with them, and it's like what the fuck at that point? Like, what are we even doing? What the fuck are we even doing? So it's just like, I feel like a lot of these characters, I feel like they need to up the, if they're gonna make, okay, how did I say this? If they're gonna make these characters easy to play with, what's the right word? To maneuver, to operate? No, not operate. What's the word? It starts with an M, I think. What's the word? Guys, help me out. What's the word? If they make these characters easy to, you know, how do monitor? No, motor. Fuck. What's the word? I don't know. But if they make these characters easy to use, they need to tone down the fucking damage output. Is what I'm basically trying to say. Like, I think the damage output is way too high on some of these characters. Law. I saw how Law easy. Like, when I played with Law in Tekken 7, I was like, okay, Law is very hard to use. I cannot play with this character. Like, DSS required so much execution, and it was hard to use. It was hard to do at a point. Now it's not hard to do because all you have to do is hold forward. Like, that's why I dropped the character. Like, I was gonna pick the character up in Tekken 8, but I'm like, damn, like, the character is like piss easy now. Like, everybody can use this character. So I just think they need to tone down damage output. I think I saw what they're also gonna do about heat. So heat smash and heat burst will be usable during stances of certain characters. You will also be able to crouch after hitting the opponent with engagers and bursts by inputting down or down forward instead of automatically dashing, which is good. I think that's really good because it's like, sometimes you may not want to, like, you know, go straight in. I think that's what it's trying to say. I think I love the idea of power crush moves that also serve as heat engagers, that they're going to be standard power crushes, thus not trigger heat engagers. That is a big one, because some of these characters, that is their main thing. That is their only thing. Like, a lot of, like, Leo has that. Like, I'll show you. Leo has that, but it takes too long to input. This is the power crush heat engage that Leo has. It takes too long to input. So just like the fact that that character has that, but it's like, Takes too long to input. Does Kazuya have a heat engager that is a... No, he does, right? Heat engager that has a power crush. Can they remove guard break for fuck's sake? Honestly, I think guard break is good because for certain characters, I feel like certain characters need it. What I would say, even though it's not great, I think certain characters need it. Shit. Let me read some of these comments before I keep going. I didn't realize I'll be making a video on this. But, okay, let's start from there. I'm gonna also read from my chat as well, and also okay. So, what do you think they could do to make Leo more appeal? Seems like everyone calls Leo boring and slow. Me as a Leo main, I feel bad sometimes. Yeah, like I feel like the thing is, you know what the thing is? I think with Leo, I feel like people only say Leo is boring because like Leo's not shown their full potential. Like I feel like most Leo mains, me included, Leo has parries that are so good that like when you see them in action, you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know Leo could do that. Like when Kazuya does, let's do this. I think, what is it? Okay, so it's that. So you see that like when Kazuya does his back forward and then Leo can parry that. You know how interesting that is? I did not do that right. I did not do that right. I did not. Like I feel like that is so interesting with Leo right there. Is that Leo can parry that? And I think that's what makes Leo cool. Leo can parry a lot of things. Like even like Leo can parry let's do another one. Did I do it right? Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Like Leo can do that, and like you gotta time it. But like imagine at the wall you're doing that. So I think my back needs to be at the wall. How do I do that? Come here, Kazuya, come here. I got. But like this is very like things like this. I don't know how to combo from that, but like things like that are like, I think Leo, that's what makes Leo cool. So just like, I feel like there's not really much to make Leo cooler. Like I feel like people in totality are just hating on Leo. So like, I think that's what people like. People are just hating on Leo. Like people think Leo's uninteresting because everybody thinks Leo's uninteresting. People are just hopping on the bandwagon. Leo's fucking cool. Fuck them. That's what I gotta say. So people like Main Man. It's really just Main Man that thinks that Leo's uncool, and then everybody else that watches him thinks Leo's uncool. Like I watch Main Man and I think Main Man's cool, but like people that watch Main Man are like, oh, Leo's boring. Oh, Leo's boring. Like, no, Leo's not boring. Leo is fucking goated, bro. Stop it. So I don't think there's anything to change with Leo, to be honest. I think Leo has a lot of cool things, like the install. Like I think Leo is one of the most interesting characters in the game, to be honest. Um, but yeah, like fucking people. What else? I know I'm like going off script, but I feel you on that. Break and studying the game helps a lot. Actually, getting into kind of like such a strategy. I thought it was my fault, but it's kind of nerf Gen 2. Yeah, so I talked about Jin. I think Jin needs to be nerfed like crazy. I think, and like what I hate that is that my problem with Jin is that this character was, it was an art form. In Tekken 7, it was an art form to watch a pro Jin play with Jin. Like, if we're being honest, even though you would hate to play against them, it was an art to watch people play with Jin. Because like the timing of his parries, his lows, his combos, like everything that came with Jin back then in Tekken 7 was an art form just to watch. It was a beauty to watch. Now it's just, you're dealing with Scourge, Samsada, Power Crush, Heat Engager. Like, you're dealing with so much mess with Jin, and like you're playing against people that haven't even mastered the character, and it's just like when you have to deal with that on a constant day-to-day basis, it's like, I'm not trying to see this shit every fucking time. Like, it's just like, kill me if you're gonna fucking kill me. I'm not gonna rematch because I don't want to play against you. So it's just like, Jin is just one of those characters that is like actually uninteresting now. He was an interesting character in Tekken 7. Now he's just not. He's not fun to watch. I don't think people would want to watch Jin play, like, especially in tournament. I don't want to watch Jin play in tournament. I would rather watch any other. I would rather watch Lily play in tournament, Paul play in tournament, Reina play in tournament, Lee, Kazuya, Devil Jin, Jack, Haorong, even though people don't like Haorong, Leo obviously, Steve, Clyde, Heihachi, Lydia, Lars at times, King at times. Like, those are probably the characters that I would want to see in tournament. Like, every other character, Brian at times. That's really it. All the other characters is just like, there's something that is so dumb and brain dead that's overused constantly. It's just like, I'm so fed up on seeing the characters get away with this shit and nothing happen. So that is my problem with some of these characters. Let me get closer. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like super close. Look how close I am to the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna do voiceover because this is just ridiculous. Only the strong. I feel your pain, fam. No one will pick up Raven or Shaheen or Leo, but they're good in fights. Yeah. The thing is, what I would say about Raven, and who else did you say? You said Shaheen. I see both of those characters in high level. What I would say about it's so, what I would say is more often than not player to player with Raven and Shaheen. You can get a very good Shaheen that won't spam. Same with Raven. You could get a very good Raven that won't spam. A very strong defensive Raven and Shaheen that won't spam anything, and they will beat you on just pure fundamentals. But then you will get the majority bunch that is just spamming the same shit over and over again. Parry, heat smash, slides, what's it called? Guard break. Like, you get that more often than not, and it just like, it's so exhausting to watch, and it's so exhausting to play against. You're just like, ugh, like, throw this character away. It's because you rarely see them, but like when you do see them, you have the people that are playing with the character, the most cheesiest people to play with, and like they're like Tekken God and Tekken God Supreme, and they shouldn't be. So that's my thoughts on that. tired of fighting Law. Yet Law is a major problem. Jack will get buffed. I do think Jack needs buffs, but not huge buffs. I think Jack is one of those characters that you rarely see now. And what can I say about Jack? I don't see Jack as often. I think Jack is one of those characters I rarely see at high level. The same with Victor. I don't see Victor as much. Yeah, I don't see Jack. I would say the two characters that I don't see as often is Jack and Victor. I see maybe every other character. It's been a while since I played against Jack, but I think with Jack is just not popular. I think Jack is one of those characters that's just not popular. Like, he's not something that people would go for when playing Tekken, to be honest. I think he's not this popular. Like, Leo is one of those characters that I think is not as popular. Like, I think what made Leo popular was, I think, A.O. Richie playing Leo at Red Bull Golden Letters in like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And that is what made Leo, I think, put Leo on the map. And that's what made me play with Leo. Even though that's what made me main Leo. That didn't make me start playing with Leo, because I played with Leo back in Tekken Tag. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any words for Jack. Yeah, I feel bad for Jack. Worldwide, I think I remember you. Yeah, I feel bad for Jack. Jack is just not as popular. But okay, let me get back to the actual main topic of the video. How long have I been recording for? 23 minutes. God. Okay. So yeah, so heat engagers, that is something that needs to be heat engager power crush, done. Dead. That needs to be out of the game. That is just too brain dead. It's too overused. I think that's the problem. It's too overused. People rely on it way too much, and it gets people out of stings. And the fact of the matter is that not every character has it. So the fact that not every character has it, it's completely unfair for everybody across the board, I think. So sidestep to left would now be easier from crouchable, or usable from couch. Okay, so whatever. Round starts have a slight input buffer, meaning whatever command you use right before the fight message appears, your character will perform the action immediately on the earliest possible. Okay. So the rank matches what we already talked about. Rank point distribution. So I think I did see that. So I saw that I would put Michael Murray on my table if they don't touch him. Yeah. I'm sure I think they said that everyone's getting new moves, so I'm sure he's gonna get something new. I just don't know if it will be enough to push Jack to be, top tier. Because I feel like Jack is very like mid tier. Like, I feel like a lot of the characters that are not as popular are so mid tier, and they don't have much to go off with. But yeah. So promotion bonus was changed, so it only applies to reaching new highest rank. So okay, so promotion bonus was changed, so it only applies upon reaching the newest high rank instead of every single time you're up after getting demoted. So now you can't change the system to tactically lose a match. And wow, okay, so they changed it. Okay, so they changed that. So people usually, if people were getting demoted, they would intentionally demote themselves. Then like the next match where they would get promoted, they would get that huge boost where you can't do that anymore. You would probably get like 500 where it'll put you slightly above, but then you probably could get a chance to get demoted once again. So which is good. I think that's very good. And that would make people, I feel like that would make people continue to play the game more often, because it's like you're trying to fight back to get your rank instead of, oh, I lose all these matches, then I get to my demotion, get demoted, then have a promotion and get promoted like that. Yeah. So I think that's good. Point penalty for consecutively losing several matches in a row are removed, while points rewards are winning have been overall improved. So yeah, I think that is something that, because like I would say I would go on like a 5-game winning streak, and I'm out here getting like 200, 300, 500 points, and I'm like, can I get a little more than that? Like, can I get 1,000 for a 5-game winning streak and fucking Tekken Emperor? Like, come on. And then the new ranks beyond God of Destructions were introduced, which is the God of Destruction 1 through 7, which, yeah, I think the creativity of that is not great. I think they could have done a bit more, but they, they chose not to, which is, I guess, yeah. And I think that is about it. Yeah, I think that's it on majority of the things that they changed. I think that's it. So, yeah, I don't even know. So yeah, I don't know. I think overall, what that is that I think there's a lot DBZ ranks. Yeah, pretty much. I think overall there's a lot of good in terms of like them changing things like the heat engager, power crushers, the ranking system, the resets. What else did we read? Defense mechanisms. I forgot. Did we read about power crushes, or just not power crushes? It said, damn it. It said like damage output with heat. I think that's something that was being said before, but I think that also needs to be changed too. So a lot of good, I would say, a lot of good things that was being read. I just think they just gotta just do it right. Just do it right. Nerf the characters that have caused problems. Nerf the characters that have caused problems, and do us justice. That's it. I'm interested to see what new moves Leo will have for season 2. Me too, because I feel like this is what I think though, right? I think a new move that Leo should have. I need to get away from this wall. A new move that Leo should have is something to mix up these two moves, like down back 2-4. Down back 2-4, I think needs to be a mix up. I think down back 2-4 needs to be like a low, maybe a mid instead of a mid high. A mid. Like, I think a mid would be good, or a mid high. Like I truly believe yeah, a mid would be good. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what Leo can get. But everybody deserves new moves. For real. Everyone. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited though. I feel like season 2 there's a lot of good with season. Oh, what I didn't say about is with Anna. I think Anna, I didn't watch Anna's trailer. Should I do a reaction to that? I don't know. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.